Hey, welcome to episode 6 of Castle Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a Cuban sandwich my way. So we're continuing with our little Spanish theme here. We're going to be rocking and rolling. We're going to do little things here and there. So, not much to it. Just a little tit for tat. Gonna go for it. Well, actually I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Whatever. But let's get going and make this Cuban sandwich. You think, oh, this is going to be simple. Nope, it's not going to be simple. It's going to be my way. So let's go ahead and do this. So there are multiple layers to making a Cuban sandwich. It's not like you just grab any old thing and then it's like, it's done. No. What we're going to need is, obviously we're going to need some Cuban bread. That's step one. Step one is going to need Cuban bread. Also, we're going to need some pork loins. So we got those. We're going to season that and cook that, put it on top. So what are we going to use to season our pork loins? That's what you might be asking. You might be wondering, what are we going to season our pork loins with? Well, I'm going to tell you what we're going to need to season our pork loins with. We're going to need some... Oops, that's the wrong one. There we go. That's going to need some conquistador powder. You're also going to need some... That's the wrong one too. Keep grabbing the wrong one. I don't know why. Here. Delphi, some Delphi herbs from the garden of Delphi. We need that. We're also going to need some Caribbean Mojo Jojo. So... not some character, it's, but that's what we're going to need. Oh, by the way, also we're going to make it, the black bean dip for it, so that way when you eat your sandwich, you can dunk your little bread in there, dunk the sandwich right in there, and it's going to be good black bean. It's not going to be some kind of crummy black bean, but it's going to be black bean dip. So keep that in mind. But back to what I was talking about seasoning. Because we have this whole area over here that we're going to season all of this stuff. So, anyway. We're also going to need some... What are you looking at? Anyway. I'm like going blank. My mind is fading. I don't know, I guess it's part of being dead or something. I don't know. So, anyway. We're going to need some lizard toes here. Maybe that awkward silence. I have my mind going. So, lizard toes, very important. So then, also going to need the Italian slices. And we're going to need some molded cheese from Swiss. And, yep. And then that's pretty much about all you're going to need to put in the sandwich. And that's not the mixing. That's all layering the sandwich on top of each other. Once you do all that, we're going to get into the specifics. Once you layer your sandwich, you're going to also want to put in some poison mushroom puree. And you're going to, just a little bit of it, and you're going to want to put that on your bread. I'll show you in a minute. And then you're going to also need some coward's liver puree. That's the main thing you're going to need. And then you're going to need some animal fat to coat the outside, because in order to do this, we're going to need a press. We're going to have to press our sandwich. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It has to be pressed, otherwise it's not a Cuban sandwich. So, gotta take care of that. Now, talk about our black bean dip. Black beans. I like mine a little bit more pureed. I mean, you could do it so you could scoop in the black beans into your sandwich. That's fine with you. I don't like that, so it's going to be more pureed. Then we're going to need some Shiva powder. We're going to need some Stinky Rose, some garlic, and we're we're gonna need, oh, there it is, sneezing powder. Also, you could add a red pepper. The specific kind actually is a big round one. You'll notice it. Okay. It's from like a Notre Dame red, okay? So, it's a Notre Dame pepper. You'll see it when that's for if you want to. I'm not gonna add it, but if you want to add it, then that's up to you. And then, oh yeah, and then we're obviously gonna need some herbs from the garden of the Mayans. So, gonna need that. And yep, that's pretty much about it. Not much else. That's it. That's all. Little seasoning here and there and whatnot. We'll get through it. So first up, we're gonna go ahead and make our pork loins. We're gonna tenderize it. We're gonna beat it to oblivion. So we're gonna do that first before we make our dip. That's pretty much what it. Yeah, about cover it. So let's get going and take care of that. Alright, so we got our pork loins here. And you see this marble right here, this little extra fat. We're actually going to cut some of this extra fat off. Because we don't really need all of this fat for our purposes. There we go. So, we're going to take this now, and we're going to put it in our little plastic bag here. Put that down. Such. Put in our little plastic bag right there. And then we're going to grab our tenderizer, and you see these little spiky ends, there's a little flat end spiky end. So, I'm just going to tenderize it. Now, I do like mine a little bit more tender, so I tend to give it a good few more whacks than most people do. You know, I like mine to fall apart. So you just kind of keep going onto this, and basically this is all like this is all personal preference. Depends on how tender you want your meat. Alright, that's pretty tender. Now what you're going to do is just going to take over here, and you're just going to slice off a few pieces. Now you're going to slice this into strips, because obviously we don't want to put this a hole in there. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but that's not the purpose of this. You just kind of go through that. Just go one by one, slicing it up, these little strips. And you do that in with those. Let's see, we got about 6 in this package, so we're gonna use about, say about half We could save the other half for later for other purposes, depending on how much pork loin you want in your Cuban sandwich. Alright, now that we have our pork loin here, got this all heated up. And our Caribbean Mojo Jojo. And we're going to add our pork to it, pork loins. There we are. And all get in there. Alright. Mix that up. Now you might be wondering, where the heck is our lizard going to come in? Here's a question. Here's our lizard. Oh, that's coming out real good. It's got an exquisite smell to it. Pork loins are cooking real well in this. Now, I did add one more pork loin than the 3 I initially said I would use. Didn't seem quite enough. But let's look at that. So, this is all practically done. Real simple. Nothing complicated at all. Alright, we got our pureed black beans right here. Go to our heat source. Go. Add a touch of that sourpuss juice. So we're just going to heat this up a little bit. That way, get the flavor of all of our little seasonings. Oh yeah. So. Okay, so we're going to take our little blend here, shake it up, mix it together. Okay, so we're just going to sprinkle that on there and mix it in. Now, if this starts to get a little too dry, you can always add a little bit of water. So we're just going to let this simmer for a bit. Make sure everything's nice and seasoned. Don't want to lose any bit of this black bean dip. Alright, so we're just going to let this sit here for a bit, and we're going to let it, like I said, simmer. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and put our sandwich together, and once our sandwich is together, then we're going to put this, obviously, in a little separate dip bowl, and we're going to dip our sandwiches in there, and we'll be all set to go. It's going to be good. Alright, so now after making all of our little cookables, we're going to now put together our sandwich. So we got our Italian slices right here. Got black bar molded Swiss cheese. So just gonna take little slices of that. We're gonna put this right on there. So we're making our fresh sliced cheese here. There we go. So now we got our cheese, got our sandwiches. We're going to prepare it now. I'm going to grab our bottom half here. We're going to take a little bit, just a spoon, like about that much, because you don't want to put too much of this. You just want to coat the bottom with it, just a little bit. About a spoon's worth. There we go. Same thing with the other side here. At the top, just the other bottom. Confused? We don't want you to be confused. That's the least thing we want you to do, is be confused about making a Cuban sandwich. Now the reason I know there is mayo in it, I'm using the what you humans call it, although technically it is poison mushroom puree. Now, the reason I'm using this is because my grandfather, Senior Phantom, is from Caribbean, from specifically the island of Cuba, and he's had these sandwiches before, and he knows what he's talking about. So, if it's anyone that you're going to take advice from, it's him. Do not judge me. Do not say it is wrong. I will come and haunt you if you say it is wrong. It's not wrong. Next we're going to apply Italian slices to the bottom. Then we're going to grab our pork loins here. There we go. Now, next step. So our coward's liver puree. Make sure it's shaken. All right. Put it on our top bun here. Go. And we're going to spread that out. Add a little bit more to this one. Seems that it didn't get quite enough. There we go, that's better. All right. Now we put our sandwiches together. Oh yes, we're gonna need some our animal fat here. Right there. Don't forget to grab another one of these. It's very important to have another one of these. So I'm going to take this, slice off some of that. We're going to put it on the outside. Go. So that's all buttered. Now we're gonna put the sandwich right there. Are they anything tricky? I guess the butter, I guess we lubed it so much that it wants to squeeze out. Oh. There we go. Ah, got it. Behave. Behave. So, now we're going to just press this until it cooks, and that's about it. That's all you need to know. And there we have it, a well ready to serve Cuban sandwich with black bean dip. It's all perfectly well done. I mean, look at that golden, beautiful, shiny bread. gooey melted cheese. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Castle Kitchen. Next time we'll be making another dessert all around our Spanish theme. Till then, take care and see you then.